Hey Run Junkies, welcome to Runners Without Limits TV, and today I'm going to tell you about the Nathan VaporHowe 2.0 hydration vest. Before I get started, this is not a sponsored review. I purchased this vest on Amazon. I'm receiving no compensation of any kind for this video. For the longest time, I was reluctant to buy a hydration vest. I have broader shoulders and a bigger chest. Men's gear can be a bit too big in some areas and not big enough in others, and women's specific gear can be hit or miss. And as a result, I was a bit gun shy. I wasn't sure I wanted to spend the kind of money on a hydration vest that might be restrictive, bounce too much, chafe, or just plain get in the way of my running and mess with my form. But with Dopey Challenge training, I'm gonna have a lot of long runs coming up, and I wanted something for the Disney Marathon itself that would carry everything I needed for the day. I usually use a hydration belt for half marathons or shorter, but that will just not be enough for the longer distance runs. I researched using outdoor gear publications, using their staff reviews. They have an in-house staff review on a lot of occasions. I decided on this, the Nathan VaporHowe 2.0. It was rated as one of the best by the testers in those reviews. I did try the VaporHowe during a 15K training run as the first test on a run, followed by a recent 22-mile lake hike, and most recently a 90-minute run during Dopey Challenge training. I can say that all of my worries about getting a hydration pack were completely alleviated. I had no issues with this whatsoever. The Nathan VaporHowe 2.0 is designed for long distance running, keeping the trail runner, hiker, and outdoor enthusiast in mind. Now this is from the Amazon description. It has a 1.6 liter bladder, that's 54 ounces, a magnetic quick release valve, which locks the tube in place, a zippered water resistant pocket, 2 front bottle pockets, and I used my Nathan hydration pack bottles. While they felt, and I kind of felt like at the time they looked kind of funny sticking out of the vest, they still stayed out of the way during my activities. At one point on my lake hike, I bought a 16-ounce bottle of water and I placed it in one of these pockets. It fit perfectly. So between the bladder and 2 bottles, it's possible to carry almost 90 ounces of fluid with you. Also from the Amazon description, it really is very lightweight and comfortable. Totally agree with that. No bounce, breathable materials, form-fitting, equipped with what Nathan calls the soft touch, no chafe elastic binding here. The material is so soft and pliable, making it extremely comfortable to wear. There are 2 front closure clips here and here, and there are 3 points of contact, and these front closure straps are also adjustable up and down, which is a really nice detail to get the fit just right. So once everything is clipped in, it stays in place. One thing to consider when purchasing your vest is that the vest fit is kind of snug. Overall sizing tends to run slightly on the smaller side, so you may want to size up. I wear a US women's dress size 6 to 8, and the large worked perfectly. The bladder is insulated, so on our hike, when I added ice and water to the pack on an 85-degree day, there was still ice in the bladder at the end of the hike, 2 or more hours later. The liquid stayed nice and cold for the remainder of the hike during the hottest part of the day. And the nice thing about that is that the bladder kept me cooler even though it was insulated. Now, I did find the bladder a little tough to fill. It has a pull-apart opening. You have to be very careful to hold it open with both hands sometimes. And it really worked best when I had a second person helping me. The closure at the top of the bladder has a zip close, then folds over, then has another plastic slide-on clip that is tied to the bladder itself. The bladder pocket has a Velcro loop at the top to keep it in place. The hose has a quick release button for easy cleaning. The hourglass shape of the bladder is really nice too. Has an ergonomic design. The compression style of the vest keeps everything close and snug to your body. Everything kind of pulls in, but it's still really breathable because it has a network of small holes all over the back to increase the airflow. I've never felt hot in this vest, even with all the gear I was carrying. Speaking of all the gear, this thing also has a ton of pockets. It's very Yelena Belova. I mean, she would love this. I almost lost track of everything I put in there for the hike. I stuffed in my phone, my DJI Osmo Pocket camera, 2 cool towels, a handful of beef sticks, a bag of Twizzlers, 2 bags of trail mix, a bottle of sunscreen, lip balm, a change of socks, and 3 picky bars. I couldn't believe how much I fit into this vest, and I still had room for a rain jacket if I needed it. But it didn't feel cumbersome or like I had all this gear dripping off of me. It was compact and still felt light. Now, I have only worn this vest with a tank top. I was a little concerned that all of the straps, so the tank top, my sports bra, and then the vest, all 3 layers created some kind of hot spot on my shoulders. But actually it didn't. It was very comfortable. I didn't get any chafing at all. Now, I did get a question about the color of this vest. Being a light gray, how concerned am I about getting it dirty? Look, I don't intend to use this a lot on trails or in the mud. And really, I'm only gonna be using this once a week on average. So by the time I get to the Dopey Challenge, it might only see about 60 hours total of use. Now, I think the most important thing to keep it clean, especially this color, is to wash it after every use. I'm gonna take everything out and throw it in with my regular running clothes. It's tech fabric. Then I will hang it up to dry. Lastly, there are a lot of great safety features on this vest. The high reflective tape is always a must, but it also has a safety whistle right here. It's on an elastic strap and it just tucks into this pocket right here. The Nathan VaporHowe 2.0 retails for about $200, so it might feel a bit on the pricey side, but I think because of the color of this one, I've found mine on Amazon for about half that price. So it might be exclusive to this color, but it might also be useful to kind of look around and see what kind of deals you can find. I'm going to leave links in the description on where to find this vest, and also some professional reviews as compared to other hydration packs and vests, not just Nathan, but other brands as well. The bottom line is that if you're built like me but have reservations about making this investment, I can tell you I was so pleasantly surprised, shockingly so even. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting one of these earlier in my running journey. I'm really looking forward to having this vest on those really long runs, and definitely for the Disney Marathon. My question for you today is this: do you have a hydration pack or vest? And if so, which one? And what do you like about it? Or do you have more questions for me about the Nathan VaporHowe 2.0? I'd love to hear from you in the comments, so please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember, you have no limits. Happy running.